right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Better breeze. The winds get gusty again Tuesday, but this time it warms quickly. Why the wind and warmer temperatures aren't the best combination for our area.
An unthinkable crime. Tonight, what we're learning about the criminal history of the man accused of throwing a puppy out of a third-story window. First tonight, a St. Charles County woman fighting for life after St. Patrick's Day fun turns tragic. More on those stories in just a moment, but first, we're following breaking news out of North St. Louis. You're looking at live images as firefighters battle a massive fire at an historic church. Good evening, I'm Brent Solomon. Mike and Kelly have the night off. That three-alarm fire broke out about 90 minutes ago at the former St. Augustine's Roman Catholic Church that's on Lismore Street. Flames could be seen shooting from the roof there. No word on what caused the fire or if anyone is hurt. The city of St. Louis owns that vacant building, which is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The building previously caught fire in 2022 and in 2015. We're also following a deadly fire in Jefferson County. It broke out at a home in a remote area of Hillsborough Road, that's near Val's Mines. Firefighters say a mother and her son, who is actually paralyzed, live in that home. The son's body was found in the rubble. The mother was taken to the hospital for treatment. No word on a cause. Now back to our top story. Tonight, an O'Fallon, Missouri woman is in critical condition after a driver hit her. That crash happened Saturday night off of Highway N near Weiss Road during Cottleville's St. Patrick's Day parade. And now the suspected driver is arrested. New tonight, 5 on your side's Laura Bachewski caught up with the police chief and with the woman's family. What are you learning, Laura?
Yeah, Brent, Lindsay Jaco's family says it's been a hard couple of days and the mom of 2 is still in the ICU fighting for her life.
Cottleville police say upwards of 20,000 people descended on their little city for St. Patrick's Day festivities at various bars and restaurants on Saturday.
So I'm sure that the weather played a big part in the large crowd that showed up.
Chief Dave McCoon says just before 10 p.m. as the day was winding down, they received a call that a woman had been hit by a car on Highway N near Darden Creek Bridge.
And the vehicle just came up behind them, left the roadway, according to the Highway Patrol report, and hit the pedestrian from behind.
That pedestrian was 36-year-old Lindsay Jaco. Police say a 59-year-old woman hit her, and she was arrested at the scene on suspicion of driving while intoxicated.
It could have been completely avoided if that person did not get behind the wheel.
Lindsay's sister Amanda Cooey says receiving the call that she had been rushed to the hospital was a nightmare.
A state of panic. You never want to get a call like that. It's my baby sister. It was hard.
Amanda says Lindsay and a couple of her friends were just out enjoying St. Patrick's Day celebrations and were walking back from the bar on the side of Highway N when her life changed forever.
Walking back to one of her friends' houses, they live close by, and that's when she got hit by a car. Drunk driver. They were arrested, and now she's fighting for her life.
She now has a fractured skull and has already had brain surgery. And while she's still in critical condition, she's made some improvements that give her family hope, including talking, making small movements, and being able to breathe on her own.
She's got 2 little kids that she knows she's fighting for them.
The family also hopes the area where this happened can be improved, maybe with better lighting and a safer space for pedestrians to cross that bridge. There is a GoFundMe to help with medical expenses, which we'll have on KSDK.com.
All right, Laura, thank you. Tonight, St. Louis police continue to look for the driver responsible for a deadly hit and run in Soulard over the St. Patrick's Day weekend. The crash happened around 1:30 Sunday morning near Gravois and Russell, just as nearby bars were closing. Investigators have not released the victim's name. Tonight, we're hearing from the families of the Hazelwood East students involved in the disturbing off-campus fight where one girl slammed another teen's head into the pavement. Our Christine Byers has the latest on the victim's condition, and for the very first time, what the family of the girl who is now in custody is saying tonight.
In their statement, the family attorney for 16-year-old Kaylee Gain wrote that she remains unconscious. 10 days after the assault. They also asked parents to reinforce to their children that violence and bullying are never appropriate. Just hours later, the attorney for the suspect released a statement also calling for an end to bullying and denouncing teen violence. The Gain family also confirmed the 16-year-old suffered a fractured skull that resulted in brain bleeding and swelling. They say they won't know the severity of her injuries until she regains consciousness. Their statement asked parents to, quote, emphasize to their children that the lives of both of the perpetrators of teen violence and the victims of violence can be permanently and forever changed as a result of violent incidents that last only a few minutes. The attorney for the suspect released a statement confirming his client is a 15-year-old Hazelwood East student. He stated she was on the honor roll, played the orchestra, and was on the school's volleyball team. The statement continued, I believe all of the facts and circumstances of this incident are not appropriate to discuss at this time when another child is in such a critical condition. Those facts and circumstances will have their day in court. I joined the call to denounce teen violence and bullying. And most importantly, I joined my client and her family in extending our prayers for this family and their child.
All right, Christine, thank you. Right now, that 15-year-old girl is being held on assault charges. A hearing in the coming weeks could decide whether she will be charged as an adult. 2 GoFundMe pages have raised nearly $370,000 for Kaylee's medical bills. We have links in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. New tonight, this man is behind bars. Investigators say Joe Barrera admitted to stabbing 2 people in the back at a laundromat in O'Fallon, Missouri. The attack yesterday afternoon stemmed from a fight. Homeland Security issued a detainer on Barrera, an undocumented migrant from entering the United States legally through Eagle Pass, Texas, back in 2021. Disturbing new details in Baldwin's first homicide in more than a decade. Investigators say 45-year-old Zachary Childs admitted breaking into his estranged wife's home and shooting her in the head. According to court documents, the couple's young daughter saw her father standing over her mother's body. The couple was going through a divorce.
Our understanding is that there was a previous order of protection, and obviously this is just a tough situation. We are just praying for this family. I can only imagine what they're going through.
Charles is being held without bond on first-degree murder charges. Tonight, a Jefferson County man is charged with committing an unthinkable crime against a 3-month-old puppy. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend reports this is not the suspect's first brush with the law. And we want to warn you, the allegations in this story are disturbing.
The allegations against Michael Lott have sickened many in Jefferson County. The 44-year-old Peabody man is accused of throwing a 3-month-old puppy out of a window at this Arnold hotel, killing it.
It disgusts me. Animals are like children, and that should never happen.
It's pretty sad. It's terrible that people can do that to an innocent animal.
According to court papers, last October, Lott grabbed the sleeping pit bull puppy named Biddy from its owner's lap, quote, with the intention of causing the owner emotional distress. The two were arguing at the time. The probable cause statement reveals within moments, Lott threw the puppy out of a 3rd-floor window.
It's not fair to do that to an innocent life.
On Friday, prosecutors charged Lott with animal abuse, harassment, and property damage. Records reveal he served prison time in the past for forgery, receiving stolen property, and stealing. Prosecutors issued a warrant for Lott's arrest in the alleged animal abuse. As of Monday, he had not come forward to answer to the charges. According to the probable cause statement, Lott showed no hesitation, second thought, or apprehension prior to throwing the puppy out of the hotel window. Humane Society officials want to stress, if you ever see anyone inflicting harm on an animal, don't hesitate to call police.
A neighbor, a utility worker, a mail carrier, a friend, a family member, that's really the voice of these animals. We have to take care of them.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And if you see anyone abusing an animal, remember you can call the Humane Society's Animal Cruelty Task Force. That's a 24-hour hotline at 314-647-4400. In less than 8 hours, polls will open in the Metro East for the Illinois primary. And while the presidential nominations appear to be a lock, one of the most hotly contested primary races for Congress is playing out in the Illinois 12th Congressional District. Incumbent Mike Bost is seeking a 6th term. Former state lawmaker Darren Bailey is challenging the Marine veteran. Bost made several campaign stops today. Tonight, Bailey rallied voters and addressed the Illinois State Rifle Association in Marion. Polls will open tomorrow at 6 a.m. They will close at 7 p.m. Look for full results, analysis, and live coverage from campaign parties tomorrow night, right here on 5 on Your Side at 10.